There is a bridge in Virginia that locals refuse to drive past after midnight. Not because of the dark, not because of the road, because of what people say they've seen there. A figure in a rabbit costume, carrying an axe. And here's the part that most people don't know. The police actually investigated this. There are real reports, real witnesses, a real manhunt. And the man was never caught. This is the true story of the Bunny Man. Fairfax County, Virginia, 1970. It was October, the kind of October where the air smells like dead leaves and something you can't quite name. A couple, Robert and Janet Bennett, were sitting in their car near the entrance of an unfinished subdivision called Gundry Drive. It was late. It was quiet. Then something hit the windshield. Robert turned to look, and standing just outside the car was a man, dressed in a white suit with long rabbit ears attached to the hood. The man was holding a hatchet, and he was screaming, "You're on private property, and I have your tag number." The couple drove away. Robert filed a police report the next morning. Officers investigated. They found the broken window. They took the report seriously. But there was no man in a rabbit suit anywhere near Gundry Drive. 10 days later, it happened again. A security guard named Paul Phillips was patrolling a construction site nearby when he saw someone standing on the front porch of an unfinished house. The figure was wearing a full bunny costume, white with floppy ears, and was calmly using a hatchet to carve something into one of the wooden posts. Phillips called out. The man turned and looked at him. Then he said calmly, too calmly, "I am the Bunny Man." Phillips backed away and called the police. When officers arrived, the man was gone. The post had fresh cut marks on it. The description from both witnesses matched: white rabbit costume, adult male, calm demeanor, carrying a blade. The Fairfax County Police Department officially opened an investigation. They put out bulletins. They followed leads. Nothing. The Bunny Man had vanished. For decades, the legend grew. People started connecting the Bunny Man to a railway overpass on Colchester Road, a narrow bridge surrounded by trees that locals began calling Bunny Man Bridge. The stories multiplied. People said escaped mental patients used to live in the woods nearby, that Douglas Griffin had killed his family there, that teenagers who visited the bridge on Halloween were found hanging from it. None of that was true. In 2001, a researcher named Brian Conley spent months digging through county records, asylum histories, and police archives to find the origin of those stories. There was no asylum near the bridge, no record of Douglas Griffin, no teenagers found hanging. But the two original police reports, the Bennetts and security guard Paul Phillips, those were real, documented, verified. A man in a bunny costume carrying a hatchet appeared twice in Fairfax County in October 1970 and was never identified. The case was never closed because it was never solved. The bridge became a landmark. Every Halloween, people drive out to Colchester Road, park their cars, and stand under the overpass at midnight. Most of them are waiting for something that probably won't come. But some of them, a few of them, say they hear something in the trees, something that moves and watches. The Bunny Man is real. The sightings are real. The police reports are sitting in a county archive right now if you know where to look. What isn't real are all the layers people built on top of it. The asylum, the murders, the bridge. We do that as humans. We take something we can't explain and we surround it with stories until the thing in the middle disappears. But the thing in the middle never disappears. It just waits. If you're watching this after dark, close your curtains. And if something outside sounds like it's moving, don't check. Subscribe if you made it this far. Next week, we go somewhere worse.